Hello everybody and welcome into another LOP Gaming video. Today I'm giving you an early review slash first impressions of Pikmin 4. I think I've gotten about halfway through to it, and I just wanted to get my ideas out to help anyone else who's thinking about buying it. But before we get into it, this channel is brand new. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you were to like or subscribe, that would be extremely useful to help me grow as a channel. Alright, let's get started. Okay, first things first, the main objective of this game is to, well, obviously, build your Pikmin armies, but the main, survival objective is to collect Sparklium and collect castaways that were shipwrecked on this planet. So the Sparklium is, the fuel for your ship. You'll find it, there will be just random, trinkets that, like a Game Boy or a old toy or, a little, music player or CDs or buttons, just most random stuff, and they'll all have varying levels of Sparklium in them, and you can process that into your fuel to get to the next area. You'll need a certain amount of Sparklium to get to the next area, so each area has a lot of Sparklium scattered around, so you're constantly collecting that. And then there's castaways. Those are one of your main objectives, and you just rescue them mainly from caves. And once you rescue them, they'll go back to the hub area and give you side quests, which is pretty much your only reward from these castaways. The main side content for this, I would say, is caves and night expeditions. So the caves come in two forms. One of them is just a mini dungeon with enemies and puzzles, multiple levels, just your basic sub-level area with a bot. They often have the boss at the end, and sometimes they have two bosses. Those, I really like the mini dungeons. They're really fun. I like the unique bosses at the end, and I feel like they're done really well. And then the other kind of cave is Dandori battles, which I don't love so much. So basically, there's a 5-minute timer, and there's this CPU with you, and you try to collect more objects in the certain amount of time than the CPU, and it's just like a competition to collect the most junk from this place. It's not as fun as the other caves. I'm not a huge fan of those. And then the other piece of big side content is the night expeditions. These are really fun. So basically, you'll go to an area you've already explored, and then you'll go to there at night, and you'll be defending this root type thing. It looks like the Gibdonas from Tears of the Kingdom, and you'll be defending that from waves of enemies that were in that area before. I think it's a really fun take on the world, and it's adds a lot of replayability, and it's so tense and kind of scary because the music builds to this Shining style, just horror music. It's really insane, and the enemies' eyes turn red and they swarm your place. It feels like a mobile zombie defense game, but done so much better. So that's the main side content, I'd say, the caves and the Dandori battles and the night expeditions. You'll also, and then as for the new Pikmin for this game, it's Ice Pikmin and Glow Pikmin. So Ice Pikmin, I think that they're very useful for combat. Their actual ability is not as useful as you'd think. So for combat, they're really nice because after a certain amount of hits, they'll just freeze the enemy that they're fighting, and it's frozen for 5 seconds. Great way to get some hits in, extremely useful. And then their side ability is if you throw enough of them into a body of water, it freezes, which is, honestly, I only used it for one puzzle, and after that, they're not that useful. I know some people were thinking that they'd replace Blue Pikmin and make Blue Pikmin pointless, but that is not the case at all. I think that they are kind of... their ability is kind of useless because, one, it takes most of the bodies of water you need, at more than 30 to freeze, and at that point in the game you won't have that many of them on you. It takes a really long time to get their onion, so I do not think that their ability is very useful. Also, when you could just take Blue Pikmin or ride your dog across the water, it's really not that useful. So yeah, Blue Pikmin are still very viable, and in this one, you can also get purple Pikmin just in the overworld. I remember from Pikmin 3, those were restricted to... you couldn't get those in the main story, but now you can get purple and white Pikmin. Purple Pikmin still extremely overpowered. I haven't gotten White Pikmin yet, but I'm only about halfway into the game. I just finished the 5th area, Hero's Hideaway. So, yeah, I'm not super far in. As I said, this is just some early impressions. And then, as for the actual areas, I think that they are done really well, really unique. Each one has its own aesthetic to it. Some of my favorite ones are the insides. When you go inside a human house, there's a lot of fun puzzles to it. Also, all the areas just have a lot of variety. I think I haven't come into a single one that felt kind of just bland. All of them I've really enjoyed. So overall, I think Pikmin 4 is a really fun game with some really good side content, and I definitely would recommend it to anyone who's leaning on the edge about it. If you've liked the past Pikmin games, you will most likely like this one, and even if you're coming in new, I think you'd still enjoy it. I only played Pikmin 3, and that was several years ago, and I was able to get into this pretty easily. I didn't need a ton of knowledge about the Pikmin series to know how to do everything, so I think it's pretty beginner friendly, but the game is still good. Like, anyone can get into it and still enjoy it, and even veterans I think will enjoy it. So yeah, overall, very fun game. Highly recommend. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Please like and subscribe, and thank you guys so much. I'll see you in our next video.